Hello, welcome back to the channel of nonsense and welcome to my very first ride on the 2025 Triumph Speed Twin 1200, but this is the RS model. So the Speed Twin is the slightly sportier parallel twin powered naked bike from Triumph, and the RS model gives you some extra trinkets from the sporty end of things. So you've got Brembo style lemurs on this, you've got this lovely Baja orange paint job which just sparkles even in this dull overcast British misery that we live in, and it's got twin Erlin's rear suspension units as well. Also, this one gets up and down quick shifter as standard and a sporty riding mode. I've been very excited to ride this bike because I first rode Speed Twin nearly 5 years ago and it blew me away. It was a retro naked that could properly hustle, and now we've got this RS version. I'm hoping it's even better. So I'm going to hop on and tell you a little bit about it. This isn't my full review. This is literally my first ride. So you hop on it and it feels for all the world like a regular classic Triumph. Very relaxed riding position. Then you fire it up and it's got the gentle creamy purr of that 270-degree crank parallel twin. So 1200cc, 105 horsepower, I think it's 114 newton meters of torque at 4,250 RPM, and the whole caboodle weighs 216 kilos wet. I'm 6'3", so it's got an 810mm seat height, which is a little bit on the low side for me, but it's not too bad. Let's just take it for a little bimble. I'm on my way to Crawley for reasons that have probably already been posted on YouTube. And yeah, this thing costs, wait for it, well, it costs about 13 grand for the non-RS model. The RS with the Erlins and everything else adds £2,000. So this, the RS starts from 14,700 or thereabouts in black. But you're going to want the orange, aren't you? And that's 15 grand, just under 15 grand. But you don't need to really stick the options on it because you've got your quick shifter as standard. This one has got heated grips, which are quite useful today because it is brisk. I'm still wearing summer riding gear in autumn and it's not been the best move, to be honest. But yeah, the Speed Twin, it's always been, like, for me, a real world sports bike sort of thing. It's like a real world naked for people that don't want to do triple figures on their naked bikes, because oh god, you might think that parallel twin is a thing that old duffers wear in their greased barber jackets on the way to the Ace Cafe, but it is so punchy. I mean, on the way here we've had the front wheel up off crests. It's that sort of engine. It's got a very lazy sound to it. You're not going to be able to hear it on YouTube because obviously it's Euro 5 plus, etc, etc, and it's as quiet as the grave, but you get a nice little thrum through the seat and through the tank when you gas it. Feels a little bit weird, to be honest, at first, having a quick shifter blipper on a retro naked looking thing like this, but it does make a lot of sense. And even just pootling along here, it feels wicked. I mean, this is a very smooth bit of road, but it's got a real nice turn in. It feels very typical Triumph, and it's not a super rapid falling off the edge of the world into Laura Koonsberg's abyss. It's just kind of a gentle roll from side to side, to be honest, but it feels very supportive on the side of the tyre already. It's just, I don't know, it feels like a retro that's been designed by people that like to ride in a slightly sporty fashion. Oh, what a wicked engine. What a lovely engine. It's a shame it's probably a giant faff to stick a loud exhaust on these, because this is one bike where I wouldn't be offended to hear it blapping past. Let's go up the hill. It's got a serious punch. Now, as I said at the top of the video, this RS model does have an extra riding mode over the standard Speed Twin. That only has rain and street. This adds a sport mode which sharpens up the throttle response and slightly loosens off the electronic tuning as well. And in terms of electronics, you've got everything you need. You've got cornering ABS and you've got cornering traction control on this. So it's got an IMU, it's very modern. It doesn't, however, have cruise control. That might bother you, it might not. And of course, we've got the dreaded Triumph dash, which I don't know. I'm still not sure that looks as nice as it could do. Triumph needs to keep the same dashboard layout, but make the whole screen one big OLED panel. like in the new Minis, because at the moment you can see it's very obviously two separate screens there. If they could make that one big glorious OLED that's non-reflective, we'd be talking. Hey, try it. My consultancy day rate is about 3 bags of Tangvastic, so let's speak. But anyway, I'm going to wend my way to Crawley now, and I'll probably fill you in a bit more on the ride back when I've got a bit more time. This is definitely one of those bikes actually that puts you in a slightly retro frame of mind, bimbling down lanes like this. As I always say, you kind of half expect some Spitfires to fly over, chasing an old Heinkel HG111 into a cornfield. The good old days. I'm joking, they were bad times. Oh, it's so bassy on the overrun. When you knock it down to first, you just go boom, boom. Oh yeah. Yeah, when you kind of click down to first on a closed throttle, you've got this lovely bassy rumble that just sounds like you've kicked a baby elephant down a water slide. It's really lovely. What a thing. Ride around town is a little bit firm at the back end, but not outrageous. Let's head for some crappy bits of road. Oh, my foot just slipped off the peg. It's got metal pegs. I haven't worn these boots in a while, so maybe I've accidentally stuck them in an oil well. Anything's possible. Brakes, Brembo Stylemas, but they haven't got very aggressive pads in, so they stop you really well, but they haven't got the hair trigger bite you might expect from a modern sports bike that's got them equipped. I like this. This is a gentleman's sports bike, or gentle lady. Gentle lady. I'm in a 60 limit now. Let's show you how fast this thing is. So it's not going to rip your face off, but it certainly slides you back on the part suede seat, which is already slightly stained, it has to be said. Yeah, you need to turn the TC off to have the fun it wants you to have over crests and things like that. It'll let you pop little weedies up, but you know, Triumph's TC is usually, for most of its bikes anyway, speed triple aside, tuned quite conservatively for front wheel lift. But I've just had an absolute blast down some back roads at speeds I can't really show you on YouTube, so I didn't film them, but this so far is ticking all the right boxes for me. It's got the right amount of pace, excellent suspension, and the stopping power is next level. So, you know, I'm pretty sure that the normal speed twin would deliver 99% the same feeling when you're actually riding it, but it's orange. It's orange, it's got Brembos, it's got Erlins, it's got the right names for sports magpies like me, and the engine sounds fantastic as well, what little you can hear of it. So there's so much useful grunt. I love it. Forgot how fun this engine is. Okay, I'm just heading home now on the Speed Twin, and yeah, I'm really impressed with it, to be honest. It's got a really narrow tank. Hello, and my legs. Which is the only thing, is that if you are tall, it does feel like your knees are quite close together, and that puts a bit of pressure on my hips, but you know, everyone's a different shape and size. And the other thing is, when you start to really lean it, it does feel, I don't know, there's something about the chassis geometry that makes it feel like the front isn't turning after a certain point, and you have to have a bit of faith to put a bit more bar pressure on to really lean it over. I don't know, I don't think it's tyres. This has got Metzler Racetech RRs on it. So proper sporty sticky rubber. It's just, most of the time it's fine, but there's just a bit when you're like probably 30-35 degrees or something where it starts to feel, I don't know, almost not fully confidence inspiring at the front end. That might be a couple of things. It might be me, because I've been riding a 21-inch front wheel bike for blooming ages, or it might be the tyre profile, I guess. But I have just ridden a bike with a normal sized front wheel, Ducati Diavel, first generation, and that actually gave me a bit more front end confidence than this is. But it's just a minor thing. What are you doing, postman? Post lady? Post person? Post modern? Postman? Here's a slightly naturally bit of B road. Oh, the brakes are lovely. Bit of dive under the braking. I think I was probably meant to... Oh no, I'm not going up there. Go down here. Get it stopped. Tip it in. Put it in a biscuit tin. Eat a biscuit, eat a cake. Parallel twin torque on corner exit. By mistake. Whoa. Okay. Does occasionally feel a bit wayward when it's leant over and there's a big bump mid-corner. I'd like a bit more support from the suspension. Likewise, when you're leant over and if you gently close the throttle, it does have a little moment. So I probably need to stiffen something up. But otherwise, this is such a lovely bike for sporty bimbling, I would say. It's for someone who looks at Triumph's modern classics range and thinks, I like that, but can you do more modern than retro? And it's got performance chops to back it up. It's really lovely, really quite punchy. And other than that handling thing that I just mentioned, it's got brilliant chassis. Like really compliant on the road, really stable when you're leant over, and it's got brakes for days. Hello, planes taking off. Try not to crash into a car. So anyway, that was my very first ride on the 2025 Triumph Speed Twin RS. First impressions are really, really enjoyable road bike. It's just, it speaks to me because lots of the retro stuff comes with slightly rubbish suspension, slightly rubbish brakes, and I'm the sort of rider that prefers a bike that can keep up with what I want to do without tying itself in knots rather than just looking cool. And this does all of that. The only sticking point is, of course, it's £15,000, so it's pricey for what is essentially quite a basic bike, quite a stripped back machine. But there we go. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, as usual, go and give yourself a medal and get a cold one out the fridge. And I'll see you next time once you've liked and subscribed. Otherwise, I won't see you ever again, and I might as well be dead. Goodbye.